Hello, Morgan Studios. We're getting into the minor scales now. So our first kind of, or I guess second minor scale after the natural minor is the harmonic minor. This is the one you use to make minor progressions sound better. You raise, essentially you're raising the 5 on the major. That's how you should think of it, first and foremost. Okay. Major scale with a sharp 5. Some people say Ionian sharp 5. Now, what we're going to do for the modes of the harmonic minor, we're going to think in terms of major scale numbers and just numbering it from the major scale, okay? And then renumbering when we have to, okay? In the end, you'll renumber everything for every scale because that's how it's played musically. You play a C Phrygian dominant with a C minor scale, or a C Phrygian dominant with a C Dorian scale, right? You kind of put the minor family together, major family together like that. Or you just match it to a chord. Now, here's your Ionian sharp 5. So you think about the numbers, it's the same thing, right? 3, 4. But you sharp the 5, 6, 7. Ionian sharp 5 or major scale with a sharp 5. And think raised 5, not sharp 5. Because it's not going to work out every one. It's not going to work out, oh, it's a sharp 5, then that means it's sharp 5 as a degree. You'll see. It won't always come into play. Let's see here. Just get your 3-string pattern. Start off with your pentatonic, right? Okay. And then you go diatonic, add a note, and then you're shifting this 5 up. Looks like a lot, but it just comes down to this shape here. So you should know just if you don't know your diatonic scales, your major scales, your Ionian, Dorian, all that, just memorize the patterns if you really want to know this. But to get it ingrained, you should know your diatonic first. Because all you have to do then is just go from here and say sharp 5. And you got it. Okay? These are your chords, major 7, sharp 5, or your augmented chord, your 1, 3, sharp 5. Your next is Dorian in the mode, and that's like starting on 2, 2, 3, 4, but then you sharp 5, 6, 7, 1. See how I'm just using the major scale and just kind of starting at different points? I think that's the easiest thing to do when you're trying to just remember these and not just, look up the chart every time. Think raised 4, not sharp 4. Most of the time, it's going to be a sharp 4 here as well if you renumbered all this. All right, so you go over here and you say, okay, Dorian is the 2. So you see your that's like your Dorian scale, and then you just raise the 5, right? It's like you're going, if you know your interval, this is real easy, right? But like I said, take it one step at a time. If it's too much, this is bonus. Just think Ionian sharp 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, sharp 5, 6, 7. And as you practice, you'll get the others. Okay? Keep going. Phrygian sharp 3. Okay, let me go back. So see how we're counting down? Okay, we're counting down. The last one was Ionian sharp 5. Now we're going sharp 4. And then the next one is Phrygian sharp 3. And then Lydian sharp 2. sharp 1, sharp 7. We're counting down. See that? As we go through the modes, that'll help you too. If you kind of can remember, you're counting down with the sharps. Your Phrygian sharp 3. This one's kind of tricky because you have your Phrygian, right? And you sharp it. But then it's like, if you renumber it, see this one you kind of have to renumber to kind of understand why they call it Phrygian dominant. This 3 here, you go 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7. That's renumbering 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. And then you sharp it, you get a 3. And you get this dominant chord here. 1, 3, 5, flat 7 is your dominant formula. Okay, that's why they call it Phrygian dominant. And Joe Satriani uses this one too. If you know about him, like metal guitar, rock guitar. Counting down is sharp 2 now. So Lydian sharp 2. I don't have a real chord for this one. I'm not well versed in all the nuances of jazz. I use this in jazz and metal. But anyway, you start with your 4, like your 4 shape. It would be 4, 4, 5, and then like all that. And then move it up. See that? And then your chord will be major 7, sharp 9, question mark. I'd have to go and play some more, figure out some more stuff. What's used when you use the Lydian sharp 2? Maybe this one's not used a lot. Okay, keep going. Now, another tricky one. You're still counting down. It's sharp 1, right? Remember we started at sharp 5, 4, 3, 2, now we're at 1. So when you sharp a 1, that's like flatting everything. That's what I mean when I say flat everything. Okay? Flat everything is the same as a sharp 1. So what we do, think about your augmented chord. If you had a 1, 3, 5 and you sharp the 1, you get a diminished chord, right? Because your major, you should know it's that. That's like the C major chord. And you sharp it, that's a C sharp diminished chord. Same idea. Exact same idea. So for this one, renumber again, and if you're flatting everything, you have to kind of know your modes. Because it's like the mode that flats most of the notes is the Locrian scale. And the Mixolydian is just everything but flat 7. Okay? And so, without the harmonic minor stuff, you get this. If you renumber, right? Mixolydian 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 5. Okay? You renumber it, you get this. And then if you flat the 5, or you sharp the 1, flat everything else, that'd be flat 2, flat 3, flat 4, flat 5, flat 6, double flat 7. That's why they call it super Locrian. Okay? And then the Locrian, you have to know the Locrian mode is that, and you'll see how you'll flat more stuff. So it's super Locrian. Okay? Now, we go to the next one. If you're getting confused, don't worry about it. Just know it's Ionian sharp 5, and you just number it, starting with the major scale numbers, and then, like we did before, with the Dorian, is 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. And then you go Phrygian, 3, 4, sharp 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, like that. Okay? Until you kind of get the names under your belt. Okay? All right. Or like go to a chart. So when you can't get it, like by heart. You need to know all this stuff in your head. That's the main thing. And eventually, this will help you get it ingrained in your head, so you don't have to go and look up stuff. Okay, almost there. Almost there. Aeolian sharp 7. This one is where you have to raise the 7. You have to know sharp means just raised, because you end up with a natural 7. Because this is what it is. You have to renumber again on this one. You could go 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you sharp 5, right? You renumber it, you get all this stuff, and your flat 7 turns into a 7. And so your Aeolian sharp 7 gives you a natural 7, major 7. So you end up with a minor major 7. Gotta redo that one. Anyway. So then, if you know your minor scale, it's flat 7, flat 3, flat 6. Those are the flats when you're trying to renumber, right? And when you're not just doing 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get your minor scale. Your flat 7, flat 3, flat 6, those are your flat scale degrees. All right. And you get this over here, right? You see that's the minor scale, and then you move it up. There you go. So don't get confused. Don't get confused. Just know if you can remember this one little thing, Ionian sharp 5. Okay. You can get the harmonic minor, or that first mode, where you can play against the augmented chord. Okay, hope you learned something. I'll see you next time.